I'm Nicole.
And I'm Kira.
Today we want to inform you a little bit about mental disorders.
Discrimination against people with mental disorders has been an ongoing problem all around the world since the 1800s. People with these disorders have been treated poorly due to lack of knowledge. We are here today fighting for a change.
Since the 1800s, people have been using insane asylums as a solution to deal with people with mental disorders due to lack of knowledge.
It is now 200 years later, and we've seen little to no change.
We interviewed random people around the school about mental disorders, and this is what they had to say.
What do you think about when you hear schizophrenia?
Something's wrong with the mind.
I know a girl that has it, but no one's ever really defined it to me. I know that I think it's the one where you blink a lot, right?
I think that it's a mental disorder, and I don't know about it.
What do you think about when you hear anxiety?
Really jittery and yeah.
Stress.
I think people who easily get freaked out and panic and don't know how to handle hard situations.
What do you think about when you hear depression?
Sadness and
You're literally made up so that you're more susceptible to it. Maybe you're not born having depression, you're not born having anxiety, but I heard that you're born and you can be more susceptible to becoming depressed.
We were unable to get audio or video of people with mental disorders when we were interviewing them. However, we were able to get their interviews down on paper.
We are now going to share with you some of the information we got from them. The first person we interviewed has anxiety and depression.
How does this affect your daily life?
She says it majorly affects my life every day, and I can't escape it even if I really try.
Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
She says if they're open-minded about it. If they're not, it feels degrading because they're not trying to understand. Because even if it doesn't affect many people, it's a real issue.
How do people react when they find out you have a disorder?
She says that some are surprised if they don't know me, and they look at me differently after they find out.
Do you feel like you're getting adequate help from friends, family, and teachers?
I don't really think so from teachers or family, but friends because they understand.
Do you feel discriminated against for your mental disorder?
She says somewhat yes.
Do you worry about your friends with their mental disorder?
Yes, because I feel like they don't feel like they belong, and I feel like they think that they're different than everyone else.
Yeah, it's a detrimental thing to their health, and it can cause you to injure yourself or others in extreme cases.
Do you worry about students with their mental disorder?
At this point in their life, as like sophomores, juniors, and seniors, I would hope that it would already be diagnosed and that they are under the care of some medical professional. Do I worry about a reaction or response? Sometimes, but generally we know in September what's going to happen.
Do you find yourself wishing you could do more for them?
Yeah.
I would prefer a better understanding of mental illness or mental health, because it seems to me over the last several years there have been more kids with depression than I've ever seen before. So is that a physical thing, or is it an environmental thing where there's so much pressure on kids that they're not getting the positive nourishment, or not nourishment, encouragement that they need from home? And our classes are so big, we as teachers don't have time to say, yeah, you can do this. So do I wish I had time? You bet I do.
If you could have something else to help them, what would it be?
I had one thing, I would want more time, because it seems like here we are, the last day of the seniors. Some of these kids I've had for 3 years, but because we're always so pushed, bell to bell instruction, that we're losing the connection piece of this profession of why I got into it.
More education on the issue.
She says more education would definitely help, or a doctor that evaluates your brain functioning.
Do you think they're being judged for their mental disorder?
Yeah. It makes me frustrated because people deserve to be understood no matter what the issue is.
She says yes. I think they're always judged unfairly.
Do you think it would have benefited you to have more knowledge about mental disorders so you'd be more aware?
Well, it can't ever hurt to have knowledge. So I would say, yeah, it'd benefit me because it never hurts to know something.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
After interviewing all the uninformed interviewees, we discovered that there really is not a wide understanding of mental disorders, unless students choose to take elective classes. However, all people we interviewed, including stakeholders and people with mental disorders, said that they wish there was more available education. We are working to see a change in the future. Since the 1800s, nothing has really changed of how people with mental disorders are seen. We want to see people feel comfortable in their own skin.